Morning, friends. Welcome to Monday. This is your day one. I'm super pumped that you are in it with me. You guys, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't even have to be a day one. Any day that you show up can be a day you recommit and realign, right? Okay, so I have a sneeze coming. So, just stand by. Is it going to come? Is it not? Excuse me. All right. I have housekeeping things I want to talk about. First things first. Hey, Karen. Good morning. This isn't overly complicated. So if you've been telling yourself it's too hard, if you're telling yourself you can't figure it out, if you're telling yourself once A, B, C, D, E is all in alignment, then you'll go in. You're selling yourself short. This is your life, okay? This is your life. You have one life. Welcome to it. So stop kicking the can down the road and show up however you can today. I made a live last night and I said that I don't want your extra this week to be a workout. I don't. Every single one of you moves your body. Every single one of you. You walk to the bathroom, you walk to the kitchen, you walk to find your phone, right? Every single one of us has movement in our life. And so I want you to reframe the way you're viewing it and thinking of it. And then I also want you to push yourself to just do it, to set an alarm on your phone and to move your body. And if that means you get 3 minutes in on a really crazy, gnarly day, you get 3 freaking minutes in and you count it as a win. That is how we get momentum. I hear over and over. I've been a coach now for 7.5 freaking years. And I always hear, I'm just not motivated. Yeah, you're not going to be motivated on all the days. It's really freaking hard if you've been away from your journey for a while. It's really freaking hard if you're up at night with sick kids. It's really freaking hard if you're just a busy human like we all are, but you have to reframe it from being hard and from being a have to, and instead being something that you get to show up. You get to move your body. You get to celebrate the fact that you are in fact winning. I want you to reframe it. So this month, this round, we are not adding a workout as our extra thing. That is not the thing we're habit stacking. You're going to make it a non-negotiable because you're here in this group. I don't just put random people in my group. I don't. You either ask to be here or I say, hey, do you want to be part of my tribe? And you're like, yeah, I want. So, okay, let's do it. You're here. Stop making excuses. Stop watching my videos. Stop seeing the posts and being a secret squirrel and take the action. Be proud of how you show up, even on the days where you can only show up for 3 minutes. That's still you showing up for 3 minutes, and I want you to count your wins, okay? Okay, so now that that's out of the way and your movement is gonna happen every single day because you're a living, breathing human, you're gonna move, even if it's just the bathroom. If it's just the bathroom, you're gonna do squats. You're gonna go for a walk. You're gonna dance in your kitchen. You're gonna wrestle aggressively with your person. I don't care. It's all your freaking movement. You do you, boo-boo, okay? I started job one this morning. There was a bunch of us on Zoom, which was so freaking awesome. Almost, I think all of us, with the exception of 2 gals, are fresh day ones, okay? And that's so freaking rad. We're all doing different programs. We're all in different seasons. We all have different stories, but we're all committed to showing up. And that's what I want from you this coming month, this coming round, this chapter of your life. Every single time I start a new workout, it's a new chapter. That's how I view it. Some chapters are better than others. Some chapters are snoozes. Some chapters are dumpster fires, but it's my freaking life. And I'm going to take radical responsibility for it, and I'm asking you to do that as well. So, day one housekeeping, things I need you to do today, tomorrow, make it freaking happen, set an alarm on your phone, schedule an appointment with yourself. If you had a doctor appointment, you wouldn't bang in for it, no. So this is something I want you to do for yourself, okay? I made a note. Let's see what I said. So number 1, mindset is everything. Mindset is so freaking critical. So I want you to figure out, hi friend, I want you to figure out how you're going to work on your mindset, because there's going to be so many days you don't feel like it, you're tired, you're sore. So mindset is key. I am using that Think Up app and I freaking love it. There's a paid version and a free version, and I opted to do the paid version. It was $39 for a year, and I can record my vision or I can record affirmations, and I listen to it first thing in the morning as I'm getting my coffee before I log on to anything. I'm prioritizing my own thoughts because we have a lot of really negative thoughts. And you can either choose to play those on repeat and to highlight those, or you can choose to recondition yourself and to override what's happening. You don't have to use an app. You don't have to pay any money. You could write yourself. I've done this for forever, right? I write myself little Post-its. I mean, whatever. You could watch my stories and see what my affirmations are. Maybe you're going to listen to podcasts. Every single month, I upload a podcast calendar. We have a recommended list in the files section of this group of different personal development. You can check something out from the local library. You could watch something on YouTube. There's so many free resources, but I want you to prioritize your mindset as we go through this round and this month. If your mindset will make or break it. This is not just about the food. It's not just about the movement. It is about how you feel in here and in here. And if you don't work on that, none of the other stuff matters. I am telling you that, okay? So I want to know what your personal development is this month. And it doesn't have to be hours. I listen in pockets while I'm vacuuming, while I'm on a walk, while I'm driving. And I live in a town with one freaking blinking stoplight, so there's not a lot of driving in my normal day-to-day life. But it all adds up. Same thing with your workouts. I want you to have that mentality around your personal development. Instead of saying, I don't have a ton of time to listen to that today, or I can't sit down, then listen to something that's inspiring to you. Listen to something that reminds you of why this freaking matters, you guys. Life is a gift, and we get to show up to it, okay? So number one is your personal development. We already talked about your movement being a non-negotiable because you're a human moving through life, and so you're moving every single day, and you're going to count your freaking victories, and even if you get 3 minutes of a workout, you're going to count that as a success. Amen? Amen. Okay, number 3 is data. It's data. It's just data. I know we get freaked out about the number on the scale and where we were once upon a time and where we want to go. Measurements, pictures, weight. I know it can really psych you out, but I'm asking you to be uncomfortable and just to freaking do it, okay? If you really hate the scale, well, if it's going to make you pop your eyeballs out with a spoon, then don't freaking do it. But honestly, it's just data, okay? So I want you at some point to, preferably today, to just write it down, okay? Secret Squirrel. You don't have to share it. I don't even care if you put it in the app. I don't look at that stuff, okay? It's not important to me. You're not a number to me. So I want you to record your weight. I looked at the scale this morning and it was more than where I started last month, and it made me sad for a minute. And then I was like, check it before you wreck it. It's just a freaking number. It doesn't define me, okay? It just shows what happened this last month. It's a fresh start, cool? So you're going to write down your weight somewhere, Secret Squirrel, I don't care. Number 2, you're going to take your measurements. And I had a conversation with one of you earlier last week about how do you do your measurements if it's not always going to be in the same place? Okay, so Beachbody has a guide, and it will tell you like where you can measure things. You could go to Pinterest, whatever. It doesn't matter, okay? But the things I always measure, because these are the things that always change, either for the up or the down for me, okay? I measure the smallest part of my waist, I measure the fullest part of my belly, and I measure the fullest part of my hips. Does that mean it will always be in the same place? No, because my body is changing, and your body is changing too. But it's a really good indication, especially if you're a woman. Like my belly is where it's the first part, yeah, right? So just write it down, okay? Put it somewhere, write it on your day planner, put it somewhere where you won't lose it, because it doesn't do you any good if you lose it. You can put it in a note in your phone, okay? The next piece of that is a photo. I want you to take your before photos. If you're in the middle of a program, take your freaking photos. If you're at the end of a program, take your freaking photos. Preferably in an outfit that shows your body, not a trash bag, okay? Because that's the whole point. It's data. Sometimes as we're changing and growing and evolving, it's hard for us to see. I still look at myself sometimes and I'm like, I still am that 200-something pound person, so it's weird to see pictures of myself. And then I look at the photos and I'm like, oh, look at me. I am doing a good job, okay? You're going to take your photos. You're not going to compare them to where you were. You're going to take your photos and say, thank you, body, for bringing me to this point in my life. I'm so grateful for you. I'm going to return the favor for all the epic kind things you've done for me, okay? So if you don't have someone to take a picture, I usually have my kids take photos, so, sometimes it's kind of sketchy. I don't like my husband to take them. It just makes me feel weird. But I will set my phone up on video, okay, and I will put it in a selfie mode, and I just put it somewhere that's well lit. It'd be really nice if you have a plain background. You can take a picture off your wall, but whatever, who cares, okay? The point is, you take a photo, a well-lit photo from the front, you take it from the side, you could relax and let it all hang out for the truth, right? And then you can also suck it in. It's okay. You can take a couple photos, right? It's not like we're going to put this anywhere just yet, okay? And then I like to do one from behind as well. And, if you do it in a bathing suit or clothes that reveal your body, it just shows more of a photo. It also might make you scream into a pillow. But again, it's just freaking data, okay? At the end of your program, you can submit all of your results to the Beachbody Challenge, okay? You get free swag. You're also entered in contests. Like every time you see a program that's been complete and there's the people's before and after, that's where those photos come from. all right? So you submit your photos, you submit your measurements, you submit a few words about how the program went for you, and you get free stuff. You get free t-shirts. So if you've already done job 1 or if you've done 645, make sure you do that. And it doesn't have to be the exact photos. They're not gonna send an investigator to your house to make sure that those photos happen in that window, but just, just do it, all right? Carla had a great, she was like, sometimes she will submit photos from that time frame. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? But again, this is part of your data. So I don't want you to just do one and be like, well, I'm just gonna measure my weight. I'm just gonna do my photos. I'm just gonna do my measurements. I really want you to do all 3 because they all tell a story. They all paint a picture, okay? Next thing is, if you are like me and you have a super busy life and things get away from you, I want you to set some alarms up on your phone, okay? I have an alarm to do my personal development in the morning because otherwise sometimes life happens. I have an alarm around our Zooms. We have 2 every single day, one at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. It is currently 9:25 in my time zone, okay? If you're like, I don't know what that is, just Google it, all right? And then we do one at 5:30 p.m. and that one tends to be more of like a meditation, but whatever, you can do whatever works for you. If you need the accountability, that's cool. We're all doing different programs. We say hi for a minute, we take a photo, and then we mute ourselves and we do our own thing. All right, there's no kumbayaing, there's no singing or holding of hands. It's just support and accountability. And it really helps me because I tend to start my workout and then it's like, oh, I'm gonna get the laundry, or oh, I'm gonna do that, or I gotta pull something for dinner. And then before I know it, my 20-minute workout has now taken up this hour freaking window and I haven't actually gotten it done. Set some alarms to create the consistency. Set the alarm to remind yourself that you're worthy of this. This is an appointment you're making with yourself. Okay? Okay. Final thought is, this is how I log my nutrition. There's apps. Okay, we have 2 different nutrition programs. Some of you are doing your own thing. That's cool. You do you, boo-boo. All right. I like the containers. They just work best for me. And I've done tons of videos about the containers. We're not going to really talk about that today. We are going to talk about how I track it. I have a very high-tech system, so please take notes. Okay, you're going to need some markers or crayons, and you're going to need some kind of paper. This is how I track my nutrition. Okay, today is day 1. So at the top I wrote day 1. I have the date, and then I'm gonna write an affirmation. This is part of my why. I don't know what it is yet. I'm still thinking about it, but I'm gonna put it on my fridge. I'm gonna put it on my counter. I'm gonna take it with me when we travel. It's just a tool in my tool chest. I'm gonna write that affirmation or that why or whatever love note, encouragement I need to read when I wanna put a symphony bar in my mouth instead of carrots and hummus. And then I'm gonna sign it because I'm worthy of this. I am worth this, and you are worthy of it too. Okay, figure out what works for you. If you need help with it, that's why you have a coach. I'm not an expert, but I'm in it with you, all right? And then I know how many containers of each I need, okay? And so that's when my really fancy marking devices came into play. Okay, I'm supposed to get 4 greens, supposed to get 4 reds. If you don't know where to find this, you can find it under the nutrition tab on BOD. There's the 2 different programs. If you're recommitting, you're like, okay, I got to figure this out. Watch the little intro on both of them, because like Carla, she's the To Be Mindset queen. She gets on those calls with Alana and they chit chat. She's like a celebrity, and To Be totally works for her. I've known a handful of people that have lost a lot of weight doing To Be, that feel really good, that have healed their relationship with food. My brain works a little differently right now, or so that's what I say. Okay, we'll see how it goes. If I struggle, like I have been struggling, staying accountable and honest with my containers, then maybe next round, I'll try To Be Mindset. It's not tattoo. It's not a marriage. You're allowed to change. You're allowed to say, this isn't serving me. This isn't working for me. And then to pivot. You don't need to do it on a Monday or the fresh month. It's your freaking life, yo. Take ownership of it, okay? So I'm going to tear this out. I'm going to write my affirmation, and when I figure out what it is, I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to drop it in our accountability post, and I'm asking you to do the same. If you want to use an app, cool. If you're going to do a food log, that's cool too. It's just about you figuring out what works for you and then doing that, compounding it, showing up to it, not making excuses around it. You're perfectly worthy and capable and able to have this transformation unfold, right? Right. Okay, that's all I want to talk about. You've got your alarm set. You figured out what kind of mindset work you need, because personal development is super personal. If you need that to be Jesus time, cool. If you need it to be around your self-talk, cool. If you need it to be around your marriage, that's fine. Maybe you want to work on your relationship with food or something that keeps happening in your life. We repeat what we don't repair. And that's the beauty of personal development. It's okay to start a book and to set it down and pick something else up. and then go back to the other book. It's okay to do that. You're getting permission from me to be holistic in this approach and to do what you need in this moment. So what do you need in this moment? Get quiet with yourself today. What do I need? Do I need to keep doing the workout program I'm doing? Do I need to change my nutrition program? Do I need to pivot my personal development? It's okay. It's not a failure. It doesn't mean that you're behind or that you're sucking or it's taking too long. It's taking exactly how much time it needs to take. And I'm asking you to honor your journey and to be proud of yourself for how far you've come, not to compare to who you were once upon a time. She's an epic version of you, but you will never be her again because you've had new experiences and you get to be this version of yourself today. Cool? How freaking rad is that, right? All right, I've had 2 scoops of Energize. I think we can all tell. If you have any questions, please let me know. Oh, Tessa's husband brought home donuts. You could have a donut and I would just, count it. Write it down. How do you feel? It just depends on what you're going to do. I don't think there's anything that's a bad food. I'm not going to turn down whipped cream out of a can. Like, there's no such thing as a bad food, but there is a negative relationship we can have with it. And so if you're treating yourself like a dog and you're rewarding yourself, well, then it's time to pivot that behavior and figure out how can you reward yourself in a different way? How can you celebrate yourself in a different way? If you're self-soothing, well, then what could you do that's going to be a more positive benefit, right? Right. All right, friends, I'm going to be in my inboxes later. If you need anything, let me know. Otherwise, you do you. I'm so excited to be on this journey with you. I'm not going to lie. I had a lot of shame. At the end of my first round of job 1, I was like, get it together. What's wrong with you? Why are you always sabotaging your nutrition? And I could live in that space and I could beat myself up and I could be all like, or I could just be like, hey, I'm human. This happened. It's real life. How can I pivot, change, transform my story? Because I'm a work in progress right alongside you, right? So I'm going to come up with my affirmation, my why, my love note to myself, and then I'm going to sign it and then I'm going to do it. I hope you move your body today. I'll see you on Zoom tonight. If you want 5:30, I pinned the link. Put it in a note in your phone. If you need accountability throughout the day, you're always welcome to ask someone to pop on with you. Find a buddy in this group and be like, you could text each other. It doesn't have to just be me. That's the cool thing about this. We're all on the journey. We're all about transforming together and just being better versions of ourselves. That's all it is. Better than you were yesterday.